human.
I understand that if I
That if I
request
request
or provide identifying
information,
information, my
my
access
access
to
to
Paranormal
Paranormal
Anonymous
Anonymous
will be
will be
revoked.
revoked.
I am
I am
ready
ready to
to
connect.
connect. Hello?
Hi.
Hi?
Hi. How are you?
I'm fine. What can you... What are you? And how long have you been
Oh,
that way?
um nice, straight to the point. I like it. I'm a ghost, and I've been a ghost for nearly like a decade now. It's
Nearly a
been a
decade,
while.
or do you have an exact time?
I I mean, does the exact time matter? It's been like, I don't know, maybe 9 years,
You don't know the day that you died.
10 months. I mean, I do. I don't know what day it is exactly right now. I don't really have any reason to pay attention. I kind of just keep in touch with like the general year and like month and the actual, if that. I've been slacking lately.
I understand. What day did you die? I can do the math myself.
Does it matter?
I suppose it doesn't. It matters to me.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
you don't want to share, that's
if
fine.
it
I'm happy to leave the
no,
chat.
January 16th.
January 16th. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. It's like 2012.
How did you die?
Yeah. Fire.
You died in a fire.
Yep. Got stuck in a burning building. Couldn't get out.
Goodness.
Really sucked.
Yes, I'm sure it did. It's very interesting. You don't appear... You look perfectly fine.
Yeah, I didn't burn. It was the smoke that got me. So I died like in a fire, in a burning building, but not by a fire. So I guess I was kind of wrong saying
And then they put
fire.
out the fire before it could get to you.
Well, yeah, I was in like you know, trapped in a room and couldn't get out because the fire was on the outside and smoke. Yeah, it was. It sucked. Uh, didn't really have. I don't know. It was a shitty building, not up to code, I guess. Couldn't get out. Couldn't breathe. And yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
So
sure
what?
that was very horrible. And you've been here for 10
That's
years now.
okay. Yeah, I've had a lot of time to, you know, process and stuff. So it really, you don't have to apologize. It's just another thing for me now.
Sure.
So what are you?
I am...
And how long have you been?
I'm a mage.
Ooh.
I've been studying for about 7 years.
Is that can you okay, I've never met a mage before. So frame of reference, is that like a long time or not a long time?
I mean, people work to perfect their art throughout their lives, so it's not necessarily a long time, but if you pick things up quickly, it can be a long time.
Hmm.
I know that
Where do
doesn't
you
really
fall on
help.
that scale?
I would say I pick things up pretty quickly.
Well, that's good. Good for you. What can mages do? I don't want to assume, anything based off of movies or
What do you
books.
assume
So,
based on movies? I'm interested to hear.
well, I just magic, like just well, you know that like the games, like the Dungeons and Dragons game, like the wizard characters. I feel like that's kind of the vibe that you would have. You see, like you study, and then you can just like Doctor Strange some magic, but you don't need those ring things. I haven't actually like fully sat down and seen the movie. It came out after I was, I've seen I've seen people watching it. So I've kind of seen it, but like I feel like I don't, that kind of vibe.
Sure. I don't really know any of those references, but maybe
Oh,
it's something like that. So you've been here for 10
so
years.
yeah, 10 years. But back to the magic though, what is it like though? Like what can you do? I'm curious. Just like a scope of things.
I'm not supposed to talk about it.
Really?
Really.
That is so lame.
In a way, it's kind of cool
Can
to
you
have secrets.
it it is really cool. It is actually pretty cool. I'm jealous because it's cool and I don't have any secrets, so
You don't have any
kind of hard to get
secrets.
with. No.
I'm
No. I
sure
mean, I
you.
guess maybe I have like other people's secrets because you know, I'm always here and nobody normally sees me. So,
Those are secrets, even if they're not yours. You still have them.
yeah. Yeah. It's just I feel like it's more fun to kind of keep and hold on to your own secrets. It doesn't really bring me any joy, not telling you, you know, Gerald is cheating on his wife Tina. It just that's a secret that I have that I know, and poor Tina can't tell her.
I mean, you could
Um,
try to tell her.
oh yeah, I've been trying. It's not very perceptive to any of
How
the
have you
hints
been
I've been
trying
laying
to
out.
tell her?
I mean, one, he's been getting sloppy, and so really I've just been trying to highlight that she's not been noticing anything, just nothing. I've turned on his computer and left, you know, not like evidence, but like pretty much proof that he's lying about his whereabouts. No,
Perhaps she
there's
knows
always
and
some
she's just
excuse, but
in denial.
yeah, she is. Yeah, so that's kind of it. I know other people's secrets and sometimes I meddle.
So you've
What
been
do
here
you
for
do?
10 years.
Yep. Took me a while to get to the meddling level. It's kind of hard figuring out how to interact with the world
How long did
again.
it take you to figure it out?
Having to learn it. I think it took me like I'd say a year to have consistent results from the things that I was doing. And it's not like there's a certain way to do anything or even there's not even like a trick to it. It's just I don't know, I guess either as time goes on or I don't know. I've had a lot of time to think about what it all means and how it all happened and why, but none of it ever actually makes sense.
Are there things that
It's not something that I'll
affect.
ever actually figure out.
I think you might figure it out. Are there things that affect your ability to interact with the world?
Well, I mean, not being actually fully here makes it very hard. But
I mean, for you personally, like, is there a change based on your mood or the time of day or something like that?
okay, um, I feel like when I am anytime that I'm in like a higher state of emotions, it's actually easier. Uh, so like if I'm really upset or upset about something, then it's easier to interact. That's how it happened the first time actually was I was trying to you know to talk to my family after I was gone and couldn't and that went on for a couple of months, just me trying and getting no results and nothing, and eventually it just came to a boiling point, and I, you know, was able to knock something over. And then it was just kind of like, wow, maybe I should take all this energy that I'm putting into trying to, I don't know. I was trying to be seen the wrong ways, I guess, just being sad and desperate about it. I wasn't focusing my energy enough, I guess. And I kind of realized after that, that it's possible that I can interact with the world more, and that I need to figure that out. And I did.
In 1 to 2
Mostly
years.
now it's intentional. I have to just be intentional about the things that I do, and then it mostly works.
When does it not work?
Most of the time now it's just if it's like a big ask.
Like what?
Like some things are easier than others. Like, I don't know. Making the lights flicker is easier than opening a door, a door that was closed. Uh,
And what about using a computer? Where does that fall on the scale?
that's it. It's pretty easy now. It was harder at first for a little bit, just because I feel like anything that's got electricity is on the easier end. There's just something about that energy that's easier to connect with and manipulate than solid inanimate objects. And yeah, so I really the computer part isn't too hard. And I also think that since I feel like if I was pretty new at being a ghost, I would have a harder time, navigating this whole thing. But I, I've been on the computer a couple times before, so not super new to it.
Fascinating.
So, how did you get into being a mage? If you can tell me, actually,
It's
anything that you can tell me about being this, super cool secret mage person sounds pretty
Well, in order for it to remain super secret and cool, I have to not really tell you that much about it, but
true. True, but I mean, who am I gonna tell?
I don't know, you might
Tina?
be able to
She
tell
doesn't listen.
Tina. Gerald might listen.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk to Gerald though.
Well, it's not always a family thing, but for me it was a family thing. So I kind of knew I would go into it eventually.
Did you want to?
Oh yes, it's very exciting, and
That's good.
I mean, there's not really another option.
Oh, so what was it like growing up in a mage family?
There was a lot of pressure. I have a
Mm.
few older siblings, but I mean, all around it was enjoyable, I think. I don't really know what other people have growing up, so
That's true.
it's hard to tell.
So what would you say is, if you had to boil it down, what is the biggest pro to being a mage and what is the biggest con? If you were trying to recruit somebody to be one, what would be your pitch?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't recruit somebody, but if I was going to, I think I would say that it's very cool because you will know more than you ever thought possible. But it sucks because you can't tell anybody about it.
I'd still sign up for it. It sounds pretty cool.
Well, if they
Not an
ever
option for me, but
let me recruit, perhaps I'll use that pitch. Yes, I'm not even really supposed to be on here, but fortunately for me, the society is still relatively in the Dark Ages.
that's good. I'm glad about that too. What made you decide to take the risk? I'm assuming it's a risk then.
Oh, it's a huge risk. It's a very big risk. But I also, you know, I'm not very old, so I would say I'm a digital native in a way. I feel comfortable with covering my tracks. What made me take the risk? Well, competition.
Audition?
Yes, I can get a lot more information this way than having to go into the field and find people and talk to them and meet them.
Yeah. Takes the leg work out of,
Exactly.
leg work.
And
Yeah.
it's much less trouble.
Well, that's good. I think that's a smart move.
Yes, especially with the
And I,
pandemic in the last few years, people haven't really been able to travel, so a lot of information is coming from relatively close to home, and you just don't learn that much that way. So,
yeah. Hmm. So you've been talking to like multiple people already or
oh
on your
yes, I've been
first?
using this for quite a while.
That's cool. A lot of cool people on here.
Certainly, there are a
Well,
lot of
you know,
kind of.
interesting is a better word.
So you've used it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, a couple times. It's nice to be able to, actually fully have a conversation with people.
I'm sure.
Hmm. It never lasts long enough, though. I mean, we're almost out of time. I feel like we just started talking.
I feel like that as well. Maybe you should send in something to the developers. Longer
Yeah, I
sessions.
think we'll be fine. Yeah.
Do you know why you haven't passed over yet?
Hmm. I actually, I've, I don't. I, part of me wonders if maybe it's just because I don't want to. I,
And why don't you want to?
I mean, like, yeah, it sucks being a ghost and not, being alive and being a person and being in the world in the same way that I used to be, but I'm really used to this now. And I don't know. I mean, not every day is bad, you know, or every moment. I don't really sleep. It's just kind of like a constant almost. But sure, it would be cool to move on and rest, maybe if that's what's next. But who knows? I don't know what's next. Maybe it's a fear of the unknown, or just a acceptance of the known. fine where I am.
Are you fine where you are?
I mean, it's not a terrible existence. I mean, it's pretty bad. It was worse, I think, a couple months ago. It's been getting a lot better with just honestly this ad has really helped a lot. Just being able to occasionally go in and talk to somebody has been really nice, but I don't know, I just feel like there's nothing else. And I don't wanna go there yet. You know, I'm not ready to stop existing. And I know this is just like I'm just holding on to just the fabrics of what existence used to be. But I am not ready to let go.
I wish I could help you.
Yeah, it's okay.
I will say
It's like
that I think fearing the unknown often stops us from experiencing what can be the best things.
yeah,
But that's something you'll have to discover on your own.
yeah. And I honestly too, I think part of it is like, what if I can't, you know? What if some people just don't move on? This is it for them. There's no other place for some people. What if I'm one of those people? You know, so it's like why I've been here so long. I don't have any hope for it to happen. So it just I don't know. It's just better to not have that hope, I feel, because why hasn't it already happened?
Everything comes to an end eventually.
Yeah.
If I were
Just
you, I
weird
would try it.
being around after your end.
Your end hasn't happened yet. You're still here.
Yeah. It's like I got an unexpected sequel. Book one, book two.
Book 3 is usually the best.
Yeah. Or maybe book three will never be written.
It's
Could just be
possible.
two.
But if I were you, I would try.
Yeah, I feel like I have conversations like this a lot with myself, you know, just the terms of this you should try, you should move on and that kind of stuff. But hearing you say it makes it seem true.
I'm glad to hear that. I wish I could go into detail, but
Yeah.
secrets and all that.
Do you know something about what's next?
All things come to an end. Do you mind if I use some of your information in my research?
No, not at all.
Thank
Don't
you.
mind. I would offer to, answer more questions, but it's not really a option
Yes,
here soon, at least. I'm glad that I could participate in your, research.
me too. It was very useful. And
It's
I
good. I'm glad.
mean this in the best way possible. I hope that I don't run into you again.
Yeah, yeah, that would be nice. Though, I mean, I think it would be pretty cool if we did run into each other again,
Perhaps. Maybe I'll be in your book 3.
Maybe. Although I feel like that would mean that you would be, like, dead too.
I mean, I'm going to die someday.
Yeah, but it's kind of sad to think about.
Maybe.
Yeah. How do you feel about dying?
It's inevitable. There's no way to feel about it. It's going to happen.
Hmm. That's cool. That's a good thing. I feel like there's a stereotype with, magic users wanting to live forever kind of thing, and that whole corruption of power and, becoming more powerful so you can live forever, that kind of stuff. I'm just glad that you're not, you know, going down that path. That's good.
Yeah, I hope not. I feel like I need to catch up on my magic pop culture.
I think you should. I really feel like you should, especially as a magic user. I mean,
Right.
you gotta know what the reference are so
Yes, I
you
Doctor
can relate.
Strange, is that what you said?
Yeah, Doctor Strange.
What was the other one? There was
So,
another one.
oh, that's not like that's a game. Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
it's a role playing game.
I'll look them up.
I never really played it, but I've seen people play it. But yeah, I yeah, I hate that this is the end. It's always just so when you have one of these, really good conversations, it just sucks having to leave it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time, though.
Thank you for yours. And whether I see you again or not, I hope wish you the best and I'll keep you in my mind. However long I'm still around.
I will too. Goodbye.